Paul Orndorff, known to wrestling fans worldwide as Mr. Wonderful, lived a life as dramatic and intense as his signature piledriver. A wrestling legend whose career spanned decades, Orndorff battled giants in the ring. But his most significant fights often took place outside it. From steroid controversies and backstage brawls to a shocking lawsuit and health struggles, Orndorff's journey was marked by triumphs, conflicts, and a bittersweet end. Let's dive into the life and legacy of this athletic powerhouse, exploring how his career shaped wrestling history and how his personal battles led to his passing in 2021. Born on October 29, 1949, in Brandon, Florida, Paul Orndorff was a natural athlete from a young age. Growing up in a close-knit family with his sister Patricia and brothers Mickey and Terry, Orndorff displayed a competitive spirit that would define his career. His athletic prowess shone during his time at the University of Tampa, where he excelled. As a fullback and tight end on the football team, Orndorff's college career was nothing short of remarkable, scoring 21 touchdowns and amassing over 2,000 yards. His performance caught the attention of the NFL, and in 1973, the New Orleans Saints drafted him. However, professional football wasn't in the cards for Orndorff. Instead, a different kind of spotlight called his name professional wrestling. Orndorff's wrestling career began in 1976 with championship wrestling from Florida, where he quickly made a name for himself. One of his earliest rivalries was with a young Jerry Lawler, a future legend in his own right. Their matches were intense, showcasing Orndorff's natural talent and physicality. In a defining moment, Orndorff defeated Lawler to claim his first major title, the NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship. This victory marked the beginning of a meteoric rise. Orndorff's early career saw him competing across various promotions, each time leaving a lasting impression. In the NWA Tri-State promotion, he engaged in a fierce feud with Ernie Ladd, winning the North American Heavyweight Championship twice, though both reigns were short-lived due to Ladd's relentless pursuit. In 1978, Orndorff teamed up with Jimmy Snuka to capture the NWA World Tag Team Championship, proving his versatility in both singles and tag team competition. His time in Alabama saw him holding tag titles alongside partners like Dick Slater and Norvell Austin, better known as the Junkyard Dog, by 1980. Orndorff was wrestling full-time in Mid-South Wrestling, where he became embroiled in one of his most memorable storylines, facing Ken Mantell, who was notorious for cutting his opponent's hair. Orndorff turned the tables, earning the right to use Freebird hair removal cream on Mantell in a dramatic and crowd-pleasing moment. In 1982, he joined Georgia Championship Wrestling, where he won the NWA National Heavyweight Championship and challenged wrestling icon Ric Flair. Orndorff's international stint with New Japan Pro Wrestling saw him face legends like Antonio Inoki and Riki Choshu, cementing his status as a global superstar. In late 1983, Orndorff joined the World Wrestling Federation WWF, now WWE, a move that would catapult him to new heights. Managed by Roddy Piper, who bestowed upon him the nickname Mr. Wonderful, Orndorff quickly became a standout performer. His debut on Championship Wrestling showcased his charisma and strength, and by early 1984, he was thrust into the main event scene. That year, he faced Salvatore Bellomo on the same night Hulk Hogan won the WWF World Heavyweight Championship, marking the dawn of Hulkamania. Riding the wave of Hogan's popularity, Orndorff became one of his earliest challengers, engaging in a rivalry that defined the era. Managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan, Orndorff headlined major events, including the inaugural WrestleMania in 1985. Where he and Piper faced Hogan and Mr. T in a high-profile tag team match, though Orndorff's team lost due to an interference mishap. The event solidified his place as a top-tier talent. The loss also sparked a dramatic turn in his career, as Piper and Bob Orton Jr. betrayed him, leading Orndorff to become a fan favorite as a babyface. Orndorff teamed with Hogan to face Piper and Orton in tag matches across the country. His intensity and in-ring psychology captivated audiences. And he even joined forces with wrestling legends like Andre the Giant and Bruno Sammartino to fend off Heenan's stable. However, tensions with Hogan resurfaced in 1986, fueled by Adrian Adamas, who mocked Orndorff as Hulk Jr. Frustrated by Hogan's overshadowing popularity, Orndorff turned heel, attacking Hogan with a clothesline and piledriver in a shocking betrayal. This sparked one of wrestling's most iconic rivalries, culminating in a legendary steel cage match in 1987. Despite a controversial draw, Hogan emerged victorious, but the feud remains one of the most profitable in wrestling history. Orndorff's career was not without its share of controversies. The 1980s wrestling industry was obsessed with larger-than-life physiques, and steroids were a common shortcut to achieving the superhero look fans craved. Orndorff, like many of his peers, openly admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs. At the time, the industry was loosely regulated, and the pressure to maintain a chiseled physique was immense. While steroids helped Orndorff recover quickly and perform at an elite level, they came with significant health risks, including heart disease, liver damage, and mood swings. These risks would later cast a shadow over his career and health. Orndorff's fiery personality also led to backstage conflicts. One of the most infamous incidents involved a locker room brawl with Vader, a massive and intimidating wrestler known for his stiff style. According to wrestling lore, the confrontation escalated quickly, with Orndorff refusing to back down despite Vader's size. While details remain murky, the story underscores Orndorff's reputation as a fearless and hot-headed competitor. In 1988, at the height of his WWF popularity, Orndorff made a stunning decision to leave the company. Insiders suggest he felt undervalued and creatively stifled, frustrated by his pay and the direction of his character. His departure for World Championship Wrestling (WCW) marked a turning point, as he left behind a massive fan base and iconic rivalries, while WCW offered a fresh start. His exit from WWF altered the trajectory of his career. In 1990, Orndorff suffered a severe neck injury during a WCW match, a pivotal moment that would change his life. The injury forced him to retire temporarily, and he later sued WCW, alleging they pressured him to wrestle before he was fully healed and provided inadequate medical care. The lawsuit highlighted the physical toll of wrestling and the industry's often cavalier attitude toward performer safety. Orndorff's legal battle was a bold stand, shedding light on the risks wrestlers faced behind the scenes. Another unsettling incident involved an alleged altercation with an 81-year-old fan. Though details are scarce, and Orndorff never addressed the story publicly, it added to the narrative of his intense and unpredictable persona. Despite these controversies, Orndorff's in-ring achievements remained undeniable. His feuds with legends like Hogan, Piper, and Rick Rude showcased his charisma and technical skill, earning him a 2005 induction into the WWE Hall of Fame. In 2011, Orndorff faced a life-threatening battle with throat cancer. At one point, doctors gave him only days to live, and he relied on a feeding tube to survive. In true Mr. Wonderful fashion, he defied the odds, announcing in August 2011 that his cancer was in remission. His resilience inspired fans and underscored his fighting spirit after retiring in 2000. Orndorff remained active in wrestling, training the next generation of performers and sharing his passion for the sport. He lived in Fayetteville, Georgia, with his high school sweetheart, Rhonda Maxwell, whom he married and raised 2 sons with, Paul Orndorff, 3, and Travis. The couple also had 8 grandchildren, and Orndorff's family extended to his siblings, including his brother Terry, with whom he briefly wrestled as a tag team in the early 1980s. Tragically, Orndorff's later years were marred by health struggles. He developed dementia a condition that affects memory and cognitive function. His son Travis believed it may have been linked to chronic traumatic encephalopathy (CTE), a brain injury associated with repeated head trauma common in wrestling. On July 12, 2021, Orndorff passed away at the age of 71. While the official cause of death was not disclosed, his battle with dementia highlighted the long-term impact of his wrestling career. Paul Orndorff's legacy as Mr. Wonderful endures in wrestling history. From his early days feuding with Jerry Lawler to headlining WrestleMania and engaging in one of the most memorable rivalries with Hulk Hogan, Orndorff's contributions to the sport are immeasurable. His intense style, powerful moves, and unbreakable drive made him a standout in every promotion he entered, from the NWA to WWF to WCW. Despite controversies, injuries, and personal struggles, Orndorff's resilience and charisma left an indelible mark on wrestling fans and the industry alike. As we reflect on his life, Orndorff's story is one of triumph and tragedy, a tale of a man who embodied the larger-than-life spirit of professional wrestling while facing its darker realities. His battles, both in and out of the ring, remind us of the sacrifices wrestlers make for their craft and the enduring legacy they leave behind. Paul Orndorff will forever be remembered as one of wrestling's true legends, a man who lived up to the name Mr. Wonderful.